Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Stinky Pitts, baby. We're back, episode 2, still tackling the streets of downtown Pittsburgh. But today, we're shooting in color on the X-Pro 1. And I'm going to be completely honest, I was a little skeptical at first about trying this, because, with color, you got to shoot in a completely different style than black and white. The first episode was black and white, really focused in on the emotion of the people I was surrounded by in the city. This one's a little bit different. We're going to be focusing more on the scene, implementing a lot of color into the frames, a lot of depth. And honestly, I'm filming this a couple days after I shot this POV video. I really like some of these photos. They're not all the best photos that we're ever taking, unless you think so. But I was very proud of them. So, keep it short and sweet, and without anything else to say right now, let's get into it. I'm excited to show you this one. Oh yeah, we gotta get this lady. Got this lady. Sorry to bother you, but you look beautiful. Can I take a picture of you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you mind?
No.
Okay, got it. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. You want to see it?
Okay.
You look amazing. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Can I take a picture of y'all?
You can record me, I don't care.
I hate to bother you, man. Your shades are dope. Can I get a picture of you, like, holding your shades?
Sure.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Ah, you the man. You want to see it?
Sure.
I appreciate it. You look awesome.
Whoo, baby, that felt good. That day was beautiful in Pittsburgh. I mean, the sun was out. All the vibes were just so good. Everybody was in a good mood, you know? That was like one of the best like street photography experiences I've ever had. It was just simply fun and joyful to be out there, you know, and just seeing the smile on everybody's face from the good weather. Really, really good vibes. And I really, really enjoyed the interactions I had with people that day. I know you saw in the video, there were a couple of instances when I stopped people, you know, and I was like, oh my gosh, you look great. Can I please take a picture of you? And they were like, sure, absolutely. And it was such a fun experience to have that interaction with people that I've never seen before, I've never met before, and they were just so cool to be a part of it. You know, and I asked a couple of people, you know, as well who said no, and I respected that, walked on, continued on my day. I really, really, you know, and that's something I do have to say. The Midwest is just a completely different atmosphere. You know, you see like the photographers in New York and in Boston, all these big time cities that are just hustling and bustling nonstop. You know, people, if you ask them, they'd be like, no, I'm busy. I got to get somewhere. You know, they're always moving. And, you know, I've been in New York and Boston, and the people definitely aren't as nice there. No offense to them by any means, but like in the street, you know, you definitely feel like as if you're bothering them by stepping into their day, asking them questions, especially asking them to take their picture. They're like, no. But in Pittsburgh, it's just completely different. You know, I have people coming up to me every time I'm out in the streets asking me what I'm doing. What am I shooting with? And it's so fun to like have those conversations with people, and I really enjoy that atmosphere. But on the topic of what I was shooting with, I mean, let's be honest. For all the people who ever thought that the X-Pro 1 wasn't capable, I hope these two videos have proven y'all wrong. And anybody who's really in the market for an affordable camera that's just an absolute powerhouse, anything from a daily carry to even like professional work, I mean, it just can't be beat, you know, and it's so fun. You get that old rangefinder style, you know, you get that vintage feel completely with the camera, you know, and if you pair it with the 27mm 2.8 aperture, like, it's so good, you know, because you have the shutter speed dial on the top, so you have that manual feel to it like a film camera, and on the 27mm lens, you have the aperture ring that clicks at every stop, so just like your everyday film camera, the SLR or rangefinder style, you're gonna have that clicking on every aperture stop, you know, and it really just gives you that more hands-on feel when you're shooting. And with me, you know, I shoot everything manual, and usually I'm setting my ISO between 400 and 1200, really depending on the scene, obviously, because if I'm in a darker scene, I've got to shoot 1200, because I don't want to be shooting at a super high shutter speed all the time. There are times where I definitely like to capture a little bit of motion in my photos. I really do want to get into like lower shutter speeds to capture even more motion, but we'll save that for more videos in the future. But like I said, I mean, it was just such a good experience with the X-Pro 1. And as y'all can see, the pictures come out great. The quality is great. And the colors are just so vibrant and they just pop. And, you know, I still always shoot with the sense of keeping a vintage look in mind. But I really feel like these pictures came into their own. You know, they definitely still held that grain. They still held, like, the flatness that you would expect from, like, a film shot. But however, the detail in the shadows and the depth that is still created by the X-Trans sensor on the X-Pro 1, I mean, it's just, like, creates its own look. You know, I'm not going to go and say, like, my pictures look completely different and better from anybody else's in the world, but I really feel like I'm starting to get that unique look, and I feel like that is only been achievable from shooting with the X-Pro 1. So I'm going to stop the sales pitch for the X-Pro 1 because I feel like that's what this is turning into. But, I mean, needless to say, it's an amazing camera. You can see for yourself. As for the POV style of shooting, I saw a couple comments, you know, in the previous video talking about how shaky it is, and how it's a little nauseous, with how, you know, I'm shaking back and forth when I'm walking down the street. The only thing I really have to say to that, in terms of what I've produced so far, is I try to stay very discreet when I'm on, you know, the street shooting, because, you know, you see a lot of photographers these days, and especially in the past, some of them just get right up in your face to get pictures, and obviously that's a very controversial style of shooting. I personally admire that. It takes a lot of confidence to do that, and some of the pictures you can get from doing that are incredible, and really just, you know, what I love, and it's capturing emotion and moments that will never happen the same way again. Something I really am trying to build up the confidence to get to, but right now, I'm trying to stay very discreet. You know, I shoot from the waist mostly, so I try to act like I'm fidgeting with my camera, so the people walking past me aren't like, oh, he's definitely taking a picture of me. So with that, I'm definitely going to be doing a little bit more research and looking into other ways I can set up a POV rig, budget friendly because I ain't rich. That's going to get the job done. Right now I'm thinking about investing in maybe like a chest strap that will be able to hold the phone, because unfortunately I don't have a GoPro, or really have the money set to the side to invest in a GoPro for these YouTube videos at the moment. So I think that's what I might do. I might go for the chest strap for future videos. I do have a couple more videos coming out that do have the setup still on the camera, so I can't promise that the shaky video is going to go away right away, but I'm working on it. Don't burn me to the ground, please. Don't hate me. I'm working on it for y'all. I love y'all. You guys are showing so much support. Stinky Pitts episode 1, like, did so well. We almost had 1,000 views within the first week of it being posted, and I love that. It makes me feel really good. I saw a lot of really great comments, responded to a lot of really great comments, and I love that interaction. That's, like, honestly one of the main reasons I love making these videos, is just to connect with the people who also care about this medium. You know, street photography or photography in general, whatever you're into, you know, like, I'm not out here trying to please the masses. I'm not out here trying to create what I think others will like. I'm out here really just doing what I'm passionate about, and because I think it's fun, and seeing people who are just like jumping on that and are really enjoying that experience along with me, it's just, I can't even explain how it feels. It's just pure happiness, pure bliss, I would say. And even on my Instagram, I've had a lot of people reaching out about, you know, what my setup is, what my editing is like, and obviously, you know, I made the promise in the past that I would make a video on that, and I have to stay true to that, so I'm going to be working on that. So hold on just a little bit longer, please. But, you know, really liking what everybody is saying and all the reactions to my work. So the only thing I have left to say is please like and subscribe and share, please. If you like this and you think somebody else will, share it. It only helps me, you know? So, thank you for everything. And I will see you all in the next episode. Peace. Oh yeah, baby, that was pretty good.